Well, hello there, folks. Today we're going to be taking a look at Invasion Machine. This game looks absolutely amazing, and essentially what it is we're trying to recreate sort of an invasion of a fictional country. I don't want to say the name of the country, because without a doubt, you know who's not going to like that. But let's just try today, see how far we can get, etc. This is, of course, an early access version of the game, so this is not representing the full campaign or anything. We're just kind of trying out some of the features and, seeing exactly how they work. So let's get into Invasion Machine here, and I am going to get back to the game. So I'm going to cancel the introduction because I'm actually fairly aware of what to do at this point. We've got a few different options, but the first thing we need to do is actually go ahead and get our boys into these vehicles and decide where we want to start, essentially, engaging enemies or possibly securing a certain point so that we can defend it in the future. Now, one interesting thing is we've got the search and destroy mission right here, and I believe we have to neutralize hostiles, and they're going to be all the way over here. You can see all of them. We have to play our cards right, though, because some of our guys are actually able to call in air support. Other guys are able to work as interpreters, so we want to be smart about this and just advance slowly. I think that gas station is going to be a great place to set up, so I'm already going to start moving here fast with my units. And I'll also fill up that other Jeep pretty quickly. Or that Humvee, pardon me. Not a Jeep. We've only got 2 guys in this one. That's okay, though. And we're not really going to be hit by IEDs right now, at least. As the game progresses, that can absolutely happen. Not sure why our vehicle's not moving. Let's make sure that he moves up to where the gas station is. Now, we could be engaged at any point. We can actually question civilians. There's just so much to do in this game. And, of course, it's just a very early version, so I can't imagine what the full version is going to be like. That should be pretty cool. Alright, let's see. Enemy intel reports. And as you can see, we already have an enemy vehicle fleeing there. Actually, enemies firing on us from the hills. So I'm actually going to stop. And we definitely want to stop and defend the car. We can't let them do that. If they get control of the roads or stop us from moving, we're going to be in trouble. And as you can see, I think we already have one guy that's hit. We're going to have to pick him up and take him right back to base if we want any chance of his survival. And the thing is, right now, we don't actually have any, hospital vans. If we drive in a Humvee and try to save this guy, things may or may not go very well. He's going to have a pretty bumpy ride and could just bleed to death. For now, though, we will push forward. We're going to go ahead and dismount all passengers. Have them move forward. So we're not going to be able to get to that gas station just yet. We want to take our time. We don't want to go too fast either. Make sure that our boys are engaging. In fact, I want to set those rules of engagement. We aren't going to try arresting first. We're just going to do weapons free at this point. I'll change that in a second, but since we have enemies all over the place, I want to make sure that we go weapons free. Move these boys forward. Welcome aboard, boys. Good to see you in the stream here. Yeah, 2 guys down. We're gonna have to pick them up. Let's see. We can go ahead and unmount or dismount here since we're gonna be fighting the enemy anyway. What I will do is I'll drive up here with the vehicle. We'll try to save these guys with the medic. If we can't do that, if we can't give them field assistance, as it were, then we're going to actually have to take him back to the command center. But again, I might wait until we actually get something like a medic truck. It just might not be worth doing anything right now. It's also not in range. Get him, Private Ron Brockett. I like the names here. Very realistic names, I guess. So at this point, we're just suppressing this target up here. They can attack from any place, and of course, they can set IEDs or do all sorts of stuff. Quite a lot of things gonna happen here in this game. In fact, I'm gonna grab these guys and move them up the hill, because that's where the rest of the targets are. We've killed all the enemies here. We can also take in enemies for questioning. Although, if they're dead, then, they're not going to do much good in a questioning room. In Korkadit, how you doing, man? How you doing, Eric? Good to see you, man. Looks like combat mission. Yeah, I guess there are similarities But I think this is pretty different. Now, another thing we can actually start doing is we could set up a checkpoint to check vehicles for IEDs, for enemy terrorists, and that's going to increase, of course, the points that we have, what command thinks of us, and what the locals think of us. So far, we've only had one casualty of war and gotten quite a few kills, and kills in this game absolutely matter. They're very important. I want to make sure that looks like an enemy vehicle right there. Remember, we're invading a country, so anything that looks like a military vehicle could be a problem. Now, let's see if we have any medics here. If we do have a medic, what I'm going to do is try to save those men. We've got an interpreter, and he's actually going to do really, really well in traffic control situations. Alright, this guy's a medic. These guys, we might be able to help him. See if we can stabilize him. And that might be all we can hope for, honestly. And with Mark Trujillo. Oh, see, we've already got some more enemies that just dismounted that vehicle. Can you believe that? So that's how quickly that can happen. We actually did manage to get some targets neutralized, and they are retreating. But we might want to set up a roadblock here and really defend this area temporarily. Let's see, was he able to get him up? I don't think so. Got a heavy machine gun specialist right here. I'm also going to move this vehicle over here by the wounded. We're going to have to get this specialist in the vehicle, and right now I can really use this gunfire. And look, see, guys, what did I tell you? That was absolutely an enemy vehicle. A military vehicle there. So let's get him in the car. And what we have to do is constantly be rotating out our men. We can't just keep these guys in the field all day. They'll go absolutely crazy. So let's move over here. I want them both to do traffic control. And right now, because of all the combat, they might not exactly be able to do traffic control. We've got some civilians here as well. Let's see if we can question them with the interpreter. Right now, he's just in like combat. He's just in combat mode after all that. He's kind of stressed out. All right, so what we're going to do is go to rules of engagement because we have weapons free right now. So we're going to go back to try arresting first. They're not hostile unless they open fire at this point, so that can occasionally we can have, you know, civilians doing that. Wait, I don't want him questioning the civilian. I want him questioning the civilian. It's okay though. We'll let him ask him some questions, search him. He could have a bomb on him. We just don't know. So of course we do an ongoing interrogation. He's visibly frightened, but he doesn't actually have any weapons or anything on him, and we don't have the what's it called? The interpreter close, so we don't really even understand what he's saying. So I'm just going to set him free. It looks like our interpreter is just nuts right now, man. Maybe he's... Okay, I think I know what's going on. So he might be unable to actually do traffic checks. But we need to keep this guy close to the rifleman. I think we should also get somebody over here to stop any incoming traffic. But again, we'll try and do something about stabilizing this guy. May or may not be possible. Let's also bring over this vehicle. Oh no, see, so PFC Clark died. It's that simple. We'll try to stabilize him. Medic Da Silva's not doing a very good job. Yeah, Gomez is down. So they've definitely updated because before you could always bring the guys back to base. In this case, they are absolutely deceased. Now, that still doesn't mean we want to keep them out here. We want to pick them up, and we want to, you know, bring them back home, essentially. Let's put the carried person in this car. All right, stopping for an inspection. All right, here we go. Papers, please. And we should try to get the interpreter nearby, but there's no contraband, so he's good to go. However, with the interpreter, we could actually ask some additional questions. Now, eventually, we also want to move forward because we want to take that gas station. It's the only way we're going to get over here to these guys. And it looks like one of them Oh, a civilian. Oh my goodness, they shot a civilian. Never mind. Thought it was maybe one of our guys that they managed to capture, but thankfully that's not the case. We also have to consider bringing some more units to the area of operations. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, bud? Are you late for anything? No, we just started, man. We're just now taking a look at Invasion Machine. It's a lot of fun, actually. Alright, so here we go. I think we want to send this vehicle back pretty soon. Take those dead bodies back, let's be honest. And let's see if we can dispatch some new units to the AO. So I'm going to bring another basic transporter. And I think we have enough units here. Let's bring an interpreter. Let's bring an infantry, just a standard infantryman, Redford. The basic rifleman and the basic rifleman here. That's going to be 4 units. Now, eventually we can dispatch more and more trucks as time goes on. But for now, we're just keeping it simple. So I want this interpreter really close to the front. We also need to get somebody in this vehicle because it's got that 50 cal. With the next group coming up, that's exactly what we're going to do. So there we go. They're arriving faster than expected, actually. And we just want them to push up over here. It looks like this guy's stopping for inspection as well. I hope so. Take ID pressure plate from the car. Oh my gosh. He's got an ID. I don't know what's going to happen here. We'll see. Flagging it for inspection. Maybe there's nothing there. I don't know why it said take ID pressure plate from the car. I hope there was nothing there. The soldier making the traffic stop thinks these are enemy combatants. We're gonna search. Found contraband. Arrest the passenger. Seize the vehicle. Alright, this is our actual, how we're doing right now, and they didn't decide to give up peacefully. Sometimes they will, sometimes they'll surrender. They're not doing that here. We definitely want to dismount this vehicle and get our guys fighting right now. Because the driver can easily be shot here. And as you can see, new war experience. Look at that, he's surrendering. No, 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 take him, no! We could have taken a guy prisoner, I think. Wow, that was unnecessary. You guys saw him put his hands up, right? I'm sorry, guys. It happens sometimes. Yeah, so this car is definitely a froggy car. But we want to consider moving up now. So I'm going to push up. I'm also going to take PFC Dave Portman here and put him into the vehicle here. And some of these guys are stressed out, so we want to consider sending them back home. Not sending them back home, but sending them back to the base, where they can rest and recuperate. So we're going to get this guy in the car. Fortunately, it looks like we lost another one. Oh my goodness. You know what? We got to pick him up. We'll see if we could do buddy medical aid or stabilize him. We absolutely want to take all these guys home, even if they're not going to make it. It's good for morale. It's not been an easy invasion, folks. But the buddy medical care might save him. He didn't exactly die immediately there, so we're going to try to take him back in a Humvee. And again, not the greatest idea. The Humvee is a really bumpy ride, but it's the best we have right now. I'll see if I can buy any medical staff. We just don't have the money right now, so we're going to have to wait and just get him into the vehicle. We'll also send this guy home because he's really been through a lot. And I'm wondering, I think we can probably take the civilian vehicle as well. Why can't we grab this guy? Alright, got Ron Brockett. It's a little weird. Alright, we're going to put him in the civilian vehicle. And we're just going to make an emergency drive back to base, try to save him. So we'll return to HQ. And I don't like that this truck is kind of pushing through our roadblock here. That's That's kind of unacceptable. I know it's not a very appropriate roadblock. We'll let him pass by. He'll be okay for now. And we're going to do the same with the two dead guys in this van. We're going to go ahead and return to HQ. It's also good because it's an insurgent vehicle, so maybe we'll find some intel inside, which will actually help us with the war effort here. But I think I'm going to start pushing forward, guys. I know we don't have too many men here. Maybe we'll try to bring up another squad, but I want to go for that gas station, or at least I want to get up here, deeper into Ghoul territory, and set up a roadblock right on that curve. I think that way units would really be forced to stop. Look at him just driving over the terrorists. Well done. Well done. It's exactly the kind of support we need. Alright, the interpreter. Gonna have to pick this guy up. And unfortunately get him back to base 2. Now, of course, we can always redeploy these vehicles. Just not right now. You can see there it's telling us we should use an ambulance, but since we don't have the command points to get one right now, we're going to have to wait just a bit. Eventually, we will get those command points with, you know, killing terrorists, stopping vehicles that have terrorists in them, finding contraband, etc. For now, we might want to just go for some more infantry troops. We need them. So I'm going to buy these troops, and we're going to go ahead and dispatch some more units to the AO. It looks like we have a truck. Not the greatest unit, honestly, but it will transport a lot of men. So we're going to bring them all, or as many as we can, of course. And as you can see, we're eventually going to get that Humvee back. But for now, we'll take the truck. I wouldn't recommend this, by the way. Hopefully they won't get attacked on the way, because that truck is just like it's essentially a paper truck. There is nothing that it's going to stop at all. We're going to stop incoming traffic here. Hopefully he's going to comply, although I think this guy has already kind of gone by. Once again, driving over the terrorists, traffic control, and for this guy, we're going to inspect passing vehicles. So they'll be working as a team here. To sort of see if we can't find some more bad guys. I know I'm not exactly being very nuanced with the kind of enemies we're facing. Oh, thanks, Paxton Farrell. Yeah, a lot of people have been looking at this and enjoying what they've seen. And again, it's really just like pretty much an invasion simulator. There's so much you have to do, like win the hearts of the people. Like, we're just kind of in the very first stages of the game. I'm actually playing very carefully here, despite the deaths, because eventually we can actually take over these gas stations. We can start using them and essentially helping people with their gas needs, etc. And, you know, eventually we take over villages here and we gain control of the region. But there's a lot to be done before we get to that. Let's just try to get this truck here quickly. And in fact, I'm moving the truck up here. I know it's dangerous, but we need to be a little more aggressive now. Actually, you know what am I doing? I'm crazy. Stop him here, and then get these passengers inside. I think we also have an interpreter, although we're going to have to stop traffic control temporarily. And let's see, does this? Yeah, he's got a dead guy inside. I suppose we could go home. Then again, we could stick around a little longer. All right, let's go for the gas station. We don't know what we'll encounter there. There could be enemies. We know for sure that our target, Operation Smoking Circus, right here, they're very close to the gas station. So we do this at our own risk. Thank you, Eric. And yeah, it's really good to see you guys here. It looks like a lot of people were interested in this game. I believe it's being released today, but it is, you know, still in very early access. You can still buy it and, you know, experience kind of what I'm experiencing here. It's not a full campaign yet, but it is a sandbox of a fictional country that you need to take over. Alright, so as you can see, it's been 18 hours since our invasion of the country. And as you can see, already taking fire there. We did manage to kill them, but those are the dangers we face. We could have just lost everybody in the squad. So I'm going to drive over here and have the passengers dismount. And that way we'll officially have this gas station under control. Keep in mind, had we sent the cargo truck ahead and not seen these two terrorists, they would have ripped through the cargo truck and possibly killed every single soldier inside. Alright, all passengers dismount. And you guys will see we can actually take on a social project here to help the people. Don't drive... The game is still in alpha, as you can see, guys. Please understand. Okay. Yep, so we can work on a social project or search the house for contraband. Obviously, probably want to do a contraband search first, and then we'll also work on a social project afterwards. Yeah, they're going to breach the room and sort of make sure that there's no bombs in here, no bomb-making material, no terrorists, but no suspicious activity at all. And we'll be able to open this gas station up here. So as you can see, with the help of our troops... I don't want to keep this pinned. Or I do want to keep this pinned. With the help of our troops, we can grow this social project. So I'll try to get another one in there to assist working on it. And that should improve our relations with a lot of the locals. Now, let's dismount this truck. And we're going to set up a proper roadblock here. So at this point, stopping incoming traffic. And also... inspecting passing vehicles, and just for the hell of it, we'll also bring the interpreter over so that he can sort of listen in, maybe give us some intel. Have this guy do the same thing. Alright, we got our first vehicle approaching. Let's see how they perform. They're not exactly set up. Flag them for inspection. Alright, they are complying. Let's take a look here, see what's going on. Be on your way soon, sir. Let's inspect the vehicle. Now again, you never know what you're going to find. Could even be an IED. We're asking for his papers. Let's proceed to search the vehicle. And absolutely nothing, so we let him go on his way. Although, did we just scare him to death? Because he's not moving. Let's maybe just kind of move these units out of the way, because we have ordered him to stop, I believe. Yeah, that's what's going on. So, as you can see, some guys are already getting very stressed out, flagging that vehicle for inspection. He's not stopping, but it's also because we don't have anybody stopping traffic right now. And as you can see, the social project might be worked on very soon, or may have already been worked on. One thing I need to do, get this guy back in the vehicle, and we need to get on that mission. Start engaging the terrorists over here and drive them out of the area. You can also see that there are more of them joining the cause, and they really act like real civilians and terrorists. Like occasionally, what they'll do, they'll leave this area. You know, I don't know if they go to go home to eat lunch or something. Then they'll return. They'll be stronger, etc. So we just really have to pick our time wisely. As you can see, there's still some issues with the game. It's in a very early state. We'll just have them inspect passing vehicles, period. So these guys are already stressed out. I don't want to send that truck home. At the same time, it's very risky sending them back in this rickety cargo truck. Nonetheless, I think it's better than anything. Better than anything, essentially. Better than nothing. What is wrong with me? I'm too focused on the invasion. So let's enter the car. And we'll do the same with this interpreter. He's had enough, man. He's been here since the beginning of the invasion. And we can go ahead and take a look, see if we can bring in some more units. But we absolutely want to keep our guys happy. So we'll send them back. They've done a great job. Best of luck to them. All right, guys, this is the mission progress. So our performance is currently sufficient. We did absolutely kill 2 civilians, or actually 2 civilians got killed. It wasn't really us. We, just our relations in general. This also just gives us an amount of troops that we lost. Civilian casualties. We're not doing terribly, but we could be doing even better, of course. And I think planning another attack is really the way to go. Getting this vehicle back over here. And hitting that target right there. So let's see if we can dispatch units to the AO. Oh, whoa, 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 what's going on? Whoa, we just had terrorists appear from out of nowhere here. That's incredible. Just kind of attacking out of the desert, attacking our gas station. Hopefully we can destroy them pretty quickly. It looks like our gun has got them suppressed very heavily. But see, this is what happens when you're holding out at a gas station trying to improve the humanitarian aid. Some of the terrorists aren't so happy with that. Could try to flank these guys. I think that's what we need to do. Okay, nice. Never mind. You already neutralized the target. Good shooting, boys. And of course, that decreases the enemy presence in the AO. Every enemy we kill, there are going to be fewer enemies. Kind of makes sense. Okay, we'll always have less units under our command than we'd like to, so maybe we need to wait until we have more engagements before we can bring up additional units. And we also have to get those other trucks back. Could definitely be an issue. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 what just happened? What just... Oh my goodness. Alright, first things first, let's get into that car and take this guy back as well. And it looks like our truck made it through safely, so that's definitely a huge relief. Yeah, Eric's saying tell them weapons free. If we tell them weapons free, essentially they'll just like open fire on anything they deem a threat, whether it may or may not be. So we don't want to do that. We'll lose a lot of respect with the villagers, and overall it's going to be worse experience for us. This is very strange, right here, and it's actually the enemy vehicle that we searched and killed the passengers, and right now the civilian car is just driving it around. What in the world? Did the civilian? That's amazing. The civilian just carried our guy over to the truck. Oh, that is amazing. All right, let's return to the HQ. I don't feel like we can do a successful attack with just 4 men and the 50 cal transport. I mean, the 50 cal is very powerful, but sort of seems to me like we should bring in just 1 more unit before we try that. But again, we're going to have to wait for those other units to go back. Close that message. "27 hours since we've taken over here." And see, the pathfinding still has a little bit of work needed. As you can see, our vehicle just drove into the enemy basic transport. Now what we can also do is once we get this the units to the AO back, we can bring a wrecker, which actually removes vehicles from the road, and that'll make things a lot easier for us. But hopefully it'll just kind of get naturally pushed off by all these civilian vehicles driving through. You know what? While we're here, we might as well do some traffic control. Yeah, as you can see, the guys up there left went to have lunch. They still have their main guards here, and what's really terrifying is this vehicle right here, the heavy technical. It's pretty much an improvised enemy vehicle, and this one just looks like pretty much a supply truck with almost a towered machine gun there on top. It's looking pretty good. And as you can see, of course, transport to the hospital. We knew that unit wasn't going to make it, but it happens, unfortunately. So right now I think we really do need to micromanage the stopping of the vehicles. Let's see if he does it. No, he's not doing it. But he is stopping. Okay, okay, nice. So is he going to inspect him? Let's take a look. Although, as you can see, even these guys were getting stressed out, and high stress levels will not only make it harder for him, you know, going back to base, etc. He's not going to... actually, let me just focus on this right now, because I just realized we found a suspicious vehicle. We are going to search. No contraband. He's fine. Anyway, the stress level will make them fight not as hard, number one. And it'll make them... just it's a lot easier to get these units pinned, etc. They're not going to be as supportive of the war. We don't want that to happen. At the same time, though, right now we don't really have a choice. Search. Contraband found on IED pressure plate, guys. This is terrifying. We need to take it. We need to take it out of the AO ASAP since there's an IED inside, and of course we've got a prisoner, but we also have a bomb under that car. So I'm going to put the prisoner in transport. We're detaining him. Let's hope we have handcuffs on him so he doesn't destroy that or blow that up. Let's try to take the IED pressure plate. Oh, we might not be able to. Let's enter the car, and we're going to drive this baby back to base. Oh, be careful! It's got, this thing has an IED in it, damn it. Let's go back to HQ. Actually, no, I don't even want to take the risk of that thing blowing up, so I'm not transporting the rest of our guys. Absolutely not. Let's flag this car for inspection as well. What are you doing? Alright, that worked. Finally. Soldier making the traffic stop thinks the vehicle is suspicious. Let's search again. Man, we might be finding a lot of stuff out here on the road. That guy seemed okay. What about this vehicle? No contraband. We're just doing our jobs here. Sorry, folks. Now, hopefully that prisoner is going to give us some really good information about the situation out here. Nothing suspicious about driving a vehicle with an IED under it into our own base. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, we absolutely need some more operators. They're not giving us any more supplies unless we really become combat effective here. Hey, Robert Roberts, spreading the glorious message of Scientology. We always appreciate that. Alright, let's go. The HQ is basically telling us we need to get into a fight. It's that simple. Hopefully we can engage from this cover and do pretty well. The guys are stressed out, but after this firefight, I'll send them back home. Now, this guy's very stressed out. That's going to, of course, really negatively affect his combat. And as you can see, really, I think the biggest issue in the game right now is just pathfinding. The pathfinding needs work. There's no doubt about that. All right, he made it back. Beautiful. 34 hours since invasion. And as you can see, those stress levels are very high. But let's see if we can't still put a hurting on the enemy, especially if we can take out this technical. It's really going to improve our chances of a victory and of getting additional units here. It's kind of out in the open. Let's try to move here. And while we're doing that, we're going to advance. All right, let's let him have it, boys. Making contact with that actual objective here. Specifically, we need to take that out. Looks like we just got some more command points. Beautiful. Command was happy that we decided to go ahead and take out the enemies in this sector. The car is taking damage, which is good news. It means our rounds are penetrating that vehicle. And I think we can go ahead and advance here. Let's go for it. We're going to move here fast. Advance, boys. Oh, I love how he took cover there. That is amazing. I think we got these guys. Fortunately, it looks like our vehicle is down. The driver was hit. This could be very bad for us. I think we just lost all of our boys there. We're going to have to come back with additional units. We still can't afford medical staff, but I'm going to take some more infantry. Can also get EOD specialists, as you can see, to really dismount bombs, things like that. But it looks like we're still not able to dispatch from HQ. Maybe we need to take a look at these missions. So we have troops in need of a medical evac, of course. We're not going to be getting to that for a while, obviously. Yeah, I think maybe we just need to restart at that point. We may have just not been able to dispatch any more units. We just bought some units. The Humvee's burning. Yes, it is. Absolutely it is. I don't want to restart if we don't need to. That's the thing. But I'll do it. Why not? Let's go ahead and restart. So we're going to go ahead go to the system. Give me 1 second, guys, while I open this game again. Because in this game, we're kind of in a sort of open world. It's not particularly the campaign, so it's hard to actually access. We are also playing on the fastest detail and highest graphics setting. So this is what to expect with Invasion Machine for sure. Yeah, this time let's be a little more aggressive. We'll go straight to the gas station. So that's the free play mode. Alright, let's get these guys in. No, let's cancel the introduction. So I've already done the introduction a few times. What we could do, we could already set up traffic control here. Not necessarily a bad idea, honestly. Alright, I'm going to grab both of these guys. Go straight for the gas station. As for rules of engagement, I'm going to put them on return fire, which pretty much just means you're only allowed to shoot if you take shots. If you just see an enemy with a gun, you don't necessarily shoot at him. But maybe we should change that and be a little more aggressive. Love the visuals here, too. Just beautiful. And knowing that the enemy can attack us as they're doing right now from up here in the cliffs, it's always great to see. Luckily, right there, they didn't have a line of fire, and not a very effective weapon either for taking out vehicles. Looks like it could be almost an MP40. And that's an AK for sure. We might want to do something about those guys. They are going to be a problem. But again, I really want to push straight to the gas station, get that set up, and commence the attack on these guys. The longer we keep our guys on the field, even if they're just out here in the desert hanging out, you know, the more tired they get, it becomes a very difficult task. And they get stressed very easily. Oh, look at that. Enemy patrol right there. We will engage these guys. They're awfully close to our gas station. Come on. Getting all passengers out to return fire. And see, they're definitely adhering to the rules of engagement there. This guy's not even shooting. the only guy that took fire was the first one, so he was the only one that shot. And it looks like a few more enemies here at the gas station. So we'll start advancing. Got to get this guy to stop looking at that other target. Because what he's done, as you guys can see, is apparently he's only selecting that enemy over here. So you know what? We're gonna let him do that. We're gonna go ahead and bring this unit, this machine gun vehicle, to destroy the actual tangos down here. Let's go for it. So we're gonna have to get somebody in the vehicle first. Damn it. Alright, I think that the gunfight at the gas station is somewhat a success. So what we're going to do with Giovanni here, Myers, is we're going to actually search for contraband. Since there were a few terrorists at this gas station, there could be contraband. Also, I think an enemy vehicle is approaching right here. Let's flag him for inspection. In fact, let's just engage. I know who that is. Oh my goodness, we got civilians here. Yep, as you can see, enemies, of course, getting out of that vehicle. Not surprising at all. Hopefully we don't hit any of these civilians, but they're actually fleeing. And obviously sometimes they get caught in the crossfire, which is pretty neat. Let's just move them up. Move up. Look at that. They are retreating, man. Usually they stay and fight, but it looks like they are terrified of the units we've got right now. Oh, boy. Come on, we've got to try to overwhelm them with fire here. These guys are not in range. Yeah, see, we need to get somebody into that actual vehicle to use it. But I think our infantry can handle this situation. There we go. Another one down. You can surrender if you'd like, boys. Let's take a look here. What do you guys think? How is the invasion going so far, guys? Is the invasion a winner or a loser? Irate Spartan says, make it a free fire zone. We're trying to follow the rules of war and, you know, not necessarily shoot everybody. But it's an idea. We could eventually do that. Now, I did not know we could do that. That's pretty cool, though. We actually have units in the house returning fire at the enemy. Now let's also get started on the social project. This is how we really improve relations with the locals, and that makes them easier to search. It makes them less likely to turn a gun on us. I think it's a winner. Look at that guy still trying to escape. You're not going anywhere. Good shooting, boys. All right, we've completed the gas station social project, guys. Pretty cool. We're going to have to get this guy to return fire. Because, again, he's now obsessed with that group of units. And we still can't move. So, again, just probably one of the kind of bugs in this game. Because it's not damaged or anything like that. Oh, wait a minute. He's still not in the vehicle. What am I talking about? Get in the vehicle, man. Get in the damn car. Embarrassing me. All right, we're going to drive right about yonder. Hey, Dave. How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. Yeah, this one is actually quite interesting, where I guess we are pretty much, for lack of a better word, controlling an invasion. And an invasion, I'm not going to say the name of the country because you know who's not going to like that. But I think you guys can guess. A pretty recent invasion. So it's an interesting game. And yeah, we've just started. There are, of course, some issues. This is very early access, so we've had some units some difficulties dispatching units to the AO, things like that. But hopefully it's fixed at this point. In fact, speaking of that, we're going to have to bring in some soldiers to deal with the terrorists right in front of us. Bring in some basic riflemen. I don't even want an interpreter. I just want shooters here. Again, he still is not. That is so weird, man. Okay, there we go. So we'll engage this target. That's more like it. We'll get our infantry out here to deal with these two targets, but of course they can come from up here on the hills. They may have already placed IEDs. In fact, I don't know if you guys see that. There was a weird pattern. I hope that's not an IED on the road. I think it's just a chip in the road, but you know that could wipe out an entire crew. So let's drive over here. All passengers dismount. Oh, I didn't think they were going to dismount now. Damn it. Fair enough. Move them up here first, and then we'll engage. Maybe we can even get up on the hill. Driver was hit. Not good. Not good. The guy controlling the machine gun as well. So we're going to have to get somebody else in that vehicle, and it's all up to the infantry to wipe out the terrorists in this sector, including those guys setting up the ambush constantly. We haven't been searching any vehicles, so I'm actually going to do some traffic control. Just inspect inspect approaching vehicles. Right here, you guys can dismount. Oh, come on. We have two other guys over here. All right, we're going to wait for them. That was probably my fault. Just don't think I selected all of them. All right, so our mission progress is we're doing better than expected. So, of course, this all comes down to how many enemies we killed, how many civilians we searched and found contraband, all sorts of things like that. And we've done okay, although, of course, 2 civilians killed, probably not by us, but the completed social project also really helped. And if Command likes us, they let us purchase more units. That's really the benefit here. But the more units we lose needlessly, the less they're going to put, under our control, which kind of makes sense. Here we go. They're still firing at the damn Humvee, too, which is really annoying me. The driver's down. They're just trying to destroy it. All right, he's getting to cover. Come on. Never seen contact this close. Got to change our rules of engagement. Hold on a second. Never mind. He's down. So they're hostile of carrying weapons. I think that's fair enough. In terms of traffic, when we do traffic stops, we don't open fire unless they return fire. So even if they have guns, we just confiscate the guns, which I think is a fair policy right now. Yeah, let's just kill this guy. Gonna advance on him and move up on this group. Try to sort of create a 2-pronged attack. And we're also going to search the vehicle over there at the traffic stop. They're clean, so of course they can go on their way. And hopefully they'll respect what we're doing here. Would you respect an invading army to your country? Probably not. Probably not. But you got to do what you got to do, man. So once again, I shall push. At the same time, I'll be getting these guys on this side so that they're distracted firing on our men here. And so far, it doesn't look like any of our troops here are stressed out, but some of the troops here are becoming stressed out, and that becomes a big problem. Look at that. We've got a civilian. We can actually interrogate him. Let's interrogate him. Make sure that that interpreter is nearby, because then we actually get a bonus, and we can ask him more questions. Okay, found communication devices. No, he's frightened. Suspect claims he can't explain what he's doing here. So right now we will set him free. He still can't explain what he's doing here, which is not good. He could be scouting for the terrorists. We just don't know. Looks like we did okay here, managing to wipe out those guys. So we'll move up. I think we need this vehicle, so unfortunately we're going to have to keep a dead guy in the vehicle for a little portion of this game. In the meantime, I'll grab these guys. I'm not going to put them in the vehicle. I'm just going to move them up manually over here. And look at all these civilians. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second. Let's interrogate. This is not normal. What's going on here? Oh, I think a guy's got a gun. No, that's our guy. My goodness. Okay, no translator nearby. Let's see if we get the interpreter over here if that changes. No, apparently not. We need to have the interpreter there when we start the interrogation. Can't explain what he's doing here. Set him free. Now, we can, of course, arrest these guys. We can be really, you know, brutal in the way we treat the local population, but I'm trying to win some hearts and minds here. I'm going to go ahead and detain him. So now we are going to see what happens when we arrest a suspect. Yeah, we can set him free and end the interrogation. I could have brought the interpreter nearby, but still detaining him. Does that mean we have to take him in now? I think it does. Let's see. Let's release him. There we go. So we can actually release the prisoner. And apparently somebody's asking questions here. One of the civilians. Just fascinating, man. I can't wait to see what they do with this game. There's, of course, still so much work to be done. But I just think this is something that's really going to grow. Hey, Bionic Ironic. Yeah, exactly. Takistan. I like that answer. That's the war we're in. Hey, Khaled Hamza. Good to see you. And anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. We're definitely going to be doing some more streams on this game. I mean, it's just such a good game to stream since every single game is going to be a different one. It's going to have a different approach. Even the mission names, I don't know if you guys noticed, are different. Generally, the mission goals, though, in this early stage are not. Taking out that vehicle is still very important. And we might actually have a unit eventually here that can call in an airstrike. It doesn't look like we have him right now, but I absolutely know it's a possibility in the game. I think it's an operator, so we essentially have to get enough points to buy an operator, and he can drop bombs on the enemy. Warthog gun runs, IED, or bunker buster bombs, you name it. So pretty cool stuff. All right, my friends, I hope you had a fun time here. I'll catch you on the next one. Please make sure to hit that like button, share with anybody you know, well, anybody interested in strategy games anyway, and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you on the next one, folks.